So everybody, it's Xilicks here, and welcome to the very first week of the PBAL. We are going up against Pesky and the Ottawa Garchomps, and this is the team I'm bringing. We have the Mega Aerodactyl, Sylveon, Vaporeon, Tangrowth, Infernape, and the Zygarde 50%. Let's go with some Giovanni music, why not? So I am going to be doing this as a live recording, which I'm not too used to when it comes to Draft League battles, so if there are any bits and bobs that don't make sense, I apologize. We are looking at Celebi, Almamola, Diancie, Komodo, Weavile, Crobat. Okay, so no Entei, which I think is okay. What do we want to lead with here? No Zeraora either. That means our Vaporeon's in a much better spot. That makes Sylveon a bit more expendable. I kind of like leading Sylveon here. Just because the only thing it wants to switch out on is Crobat. And if he does go Crobat, we can go hard Aerodactyl. And this will stop like a turn 1 setup from Komodo. And if we see the Diancie lead, then we're okay against that as well. We don't have an amazing matchup, Sylveon versus Diancie, but it can't really do anything to us, and we can't really do anything to it. So that's better than being in a losing position. The only thing that Sylveon really fears is that Crobat. And even then, we can tank probably most of the hits. Especially if it's more of a utility set looking at his team. It may be more utility based, as he only really has 2 potential defensive mons unless he's running some crazy sets. So let's see what he does lead with the Crobat. Okay. Honestly, I kind of wish I had Baton Pass, because I feel like we are going to be seeing a U-turn. How much does... Okay, a poison attack does like 50%. What if he's special? Let's just see. Yeah, also around 40 to 50%. And our Moonblast is doing like 20 and 25. I don't mind going for Wish here in the event that he U-turns. And if he doesn't, we can just protect. I don't believe this is his Z-user. I think his Z-users are Zeraora and Mudsdale. So I'm okay with wishing. He could crit us for a crazy amount, but 2 rounds of leftovers and a wish will negate that. If he gets a poison, that kind of sucks, but we do have the heal bell. It is going to cost us a turn, obviously, to get rid of it. If he Toxics here as well, I think we're okay, because then we can just go hard and do something. Okay, so he is going to Toxic, which means this turn, we can just heal bell. Like, I don't see a downside to heal belling. We could switch as well. We could switch into Zygarde. We could switch into Aerodactyl. But in the event he actually... Do we want to go hard Aerodactyl? Because, okay, if he U-turns, Aerodactyl is a pretty decent play, because we're going to be faster than a lot of things, and that just invites Sylveon in, and then we can just go hard Infernape. Sorry, not Sylveon, Weavile. I was reading the word Sylveon as I was speaking. Honestly, I think the safer play is just heal belling for now. We can be more aggressive later in the matchup. I know I was talking... Okay, he did double Toxic. That's kind of why I wanted to wait and see what would happen. So this is definitely going to be a more utility Crobat.
Do we want to wish again?
I kind of want to protect. I think it's pretty obvious that we're running the protect. I don't want to show Moonblast right away though, because I want to potentially catch that Komodo off guard. I'm gonna protect. Let's see what he goes for. I don't mind revealing this now. Let's see what he goes for. He's gonna Toxic again. Okay. So he really wants to Toxic us. How many heal bells do I have? Is it 8 or 16? Okay, it is 8. Meaning I don't want to allow too many poisons to happen. Honestly, let's go into the Aerodactyl, because if he Toxics again, I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with getting Toxic again, because his switch into that is going to be Almamola. Just Toxic. Cannot miss. Hello, Momola. Okay, if we were dealing with a defensive Hello Momola versus a Mega Aerodactyl, level 50. Our Stone Edge is doing barely anything. We could get up rocks. What is his hazard removal? Does he not have hazard removal? Oh, this is. Duh. I was ignoring this because I was just thinking, what does he have in the back? Is Aerial Ace the play just for free damage? How much? How much is a Komodo taking from an Aerial Ace? A lot. A lot. Let's Ace. Let's see what he does. He's just hard switching. Probably into the Lomola, which we do see. Okay, so I could go Sylveon to Heal Bell. I could go Tangrowth. He may be running Toxic on this as well. Let's see how much damage this does. So that's going to... Okay. This is Fizz Def. I'm fairly certain. Let me just... Hello, Moa. Level 50. So that did... like 15-ish%, give or take. Min damage on an Aerial Ace is 20 with our spread, so maybe that's more than 15. Yeah, that's honestly more. So it probably did around 20%, meaning he is very Fizz Def, which means I like going into our Tangrowth here. If he knocks off our Assault Vest though, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate for sure, if he knocks off our Assault Vest. I don't think we're going to see a Scald here. How useful is Fizz? It's good against the Weavile. Spaghetti's really only good against... Okay, if we do lose our Assault Vest, it's not the end of the world, because we are still max special defense with Sassy. We are going to lose it. That's okay. We can knock off here as well, which I think I like that play, because even if he goes Diancie to not lose an item, then if he goes Diancie to not lose an item, we can Giga Drain. So let's see what's going to happen here. He goes back into Crobat. Okay, so we can see what this thing is running. Crobat. Black Sludge. Okay, that did a lot. That did quite a bit. Is this an offensive Crobat running Black Sludge? Why did that do so much? That just did a lot. I think we just got a max roll. Huh. Okay, but he's definitely not a defensive set then. Like, for sure not. Because a knockoff would have done 10 to 15 if he was, like, HP invested and defense invested. He might have a little bit of... Well, we haven't seen anything from this yet. I kind of want to Rock Slide. What's he doing to me? Brave Bird hurts. For sure. And Rock Slide only does, like, 40. 40 to 50. So instead of doing that, let's go into the Aerodactyl. Because if he goes for the Brave Bird, we will take like 27 to 30 if he's offensive. He's going to Brave Bird. Okay. So he probably takes more recoil damage than we take damage with the Toxic. We probably take a little bit more. Actually, he barely took any recoil. What am I talking about? Okay. I don't like how low we're getting. I do kind of wish that we brought Roost. I kind of want to Stealth Rock here, because it's going to limit this thing's switch-ins, and it's going to force it to defog at some point, which means we're not going to, because he probably just goes Alomomola here again, and that's okay if he does. It's actually best case scenario if he does. We want this thing healthy, so we're going to have to pass a Wish to it eventually. So I think the set of plays is, if he goes Alomomola, we go... Okay. I think we go Sylveon here, and we throw up a Wish so that we can get healed with our Aerodactyl. I think that's the line of play. That makes the most sense. Just because it should bait out the Crobat again. Alternatively, I think we're losing another item. He might go back into the Crobat, and we could just blow it away with a Stone Edge. Because if we go Sylveon and he goes Crobat, he gets to Roost. But if we mispredict and he knocks off or Scalds, that's really bad. So I think we have to make the safe play. He's... Okay. I'm like 60% certain he's going to make the aggressive play here into the Crobat. And if he does, good on him. That's just smart. Okay, he Toxics. That's okay too. Because we can Wish here. We can Wish here. Yeah, I think he was trying to Toxic our Tangrowth. We can Wish here. This is good. He probably just goes for the knockoff. If he does, I think it... Okay, if he knocks off here, Heal Bell would have been a better play because we can get rid of both Toxics, and then I can Wish the following turn. But if he goes hard Crobat here, then Wish is the better play, because then we can heal up our Aerodactyl. We probably see the knockoff unless he thinks I'm going to protect. Okay. So Heal Bell would have been the better play. I think if I thought about that a little bit longer, we are going to infatuate. Well, we are going to infatuate the Alomomola. That is actually kind of bad because I think it reveals our set, but that's okay. Do we Heal Bell now? I don't think so. He's infatuated. We heal. We heal. Because Bubblegum can always cure its own Toxic later. And if we catch the Crobat here, we're in a really good spot. If we catch the Crobat. Like a really good spot. We just get the quick Stone Edge. And either this thing takes a lot of damage. This battle's kind of at a stalemate here. Are we... Oh, he Wishes as well. Okay. This is pretty annoying. I think eventually we go into our own Crobat. I'm just going to click Stone Edge. Sorry, not Crobat. I think eventually there's a point where we go into Vaporeon so that we can Toxic this Alomomola. He just Scalds us here. That was a really bad play on my behalf. Okay, that didn't hurt too bad. Yeah, maybe I should have stayed in with Sylveon and just healed up. Because he's probably just going to Scald again. I wouldn't be surprised if he Toxics here, honestly. If he does, that would be a fantastic play. Let's go Vaporeon. If he Scalds again, we're immune. If he Toxics, that's not very good. If he switches... Okay, he Wishes. I think we Toxic here. We probably trade Toxics, and then I can go Sylveon and clear that off. This is getting a little bit ridiculous at this point. Okay, he's going to withdraw. If he goes Crobat, we're sad. He goes Crobat. Why would I do that? Oh, God, that was such a dumb play. That was such a dumb play. Because, like, he's not just going to sit against this thing. I was thinking maybe he would want to knock off my item. Well, that's not good. I really should have brought Raichu. Let's Scald and try to get a burn. Yeah, I could have gone Sylveon predicting the Toxic and then Heal Bell. I'm kind of wishing my Vaporeon had Heal Bell at this point. That might have been a bad move on my half. Okay, we get really fortunate and get the burn right away. I'm going to wish. There's no reason not to wish here, in my opinion. Because worst case scenario, he goes... Okay, he's gonna Roost. That's fine. That's a-okay, pal. Because now we can go into... Can we go Infernape? Infernape. If you are a burned Crobat, you take... Okay, we survive a Brave Bird. Unless he crits, which would be incredibly unfortunate. Maybe we go Zygarde. Maybe. I want to go Aerodactyl here. No, because he's just going to go back into thing. Okay, actually, we go Aerodactyl, and then we hard Sylveon, and we Heal Bell. That might be the line of play. And then it'll show us whether or not... Man, he has only been into 2 Mons so far, which is kind of scary. Does Alomomola have Heal Bell or Aromatherapy? It does not. It does not have either. It could potentially Rest would be the only way to get rid of a status condition, or Refresh if he's running that. So, okay. I think I have a line of play that puts us in a good spot. I think. If he goes a Weavile here, that's okay, actually. That's totally fine if he goes Weavile here. Totally fine if he goes Weavile here. We are losing items left and right. Alright, let's see what happens. If he attacks, that's fine. Because we definitely live. Unless he crits. And even then, I'm pretty sure we survive a crit. Okay. Damage by recoil. We are healed. Pretty much to full after the Toxic. Okay, so here we go Sylveon. And then we try to get rid of this Toxic shenanigan. As he likely goes into Alomomola. What is he shown on Alomomola? He's shown Wish. He's shown Scald. Did he have Protect? Crobat has shown Toxic, Roost, Brave Bird. Did the Alomomola also have Toxic? I think so, right? Right? No. No, yeah. I don't think it did. I think we've only seen Scald and Wish. Okay, he does withdraw into Alomomola. Good. This is what we wanted. Because we can Heal Bell now. You're going to take those rocks damage. He hasn't shown Defog on Crobat. So there's a chance he does not have it. Does that mean he has a rocker on his team? He could have Diancie as a rocker. There's also the Weavile, Celebi, and Weavile, Celebi, Komodo. Okay. We Heal Bell 100% of the time here. He probably just wishes. Okay, he's hard switching. What are you going to? Into the Crobat. Do we expect another Toxic to come out? If we do, I think we push the button on Zygarde, right? Because, well, hang on. Let's see, actually. Zygarde, what are you doing to Crobat? 1,000 Arrows is killing, unless he roosts here. Outrage is killing. We're obviously not clicking Outrage, though, because of the Dancy. What are we doing to that Celebi? Celebi. We are doing, like, 30... Okay, if he's max defense. If he's max defense, then special attackers would have been really good here. We do, like, 20 to 25. I think we click the Zygarde button. And we just... We could Crunch. Crunch could be huge. I think we do. Because how much is Alomomola? Alomomola taking from 1,000 arrows? Like 35 to 42, and it's still taking like 20 and 25 from the punch. Okay, he's gonna Roost. How much do we take from HP Ice is the question. Hidden Power Ice. Not a lot. If he's hasty... Oh, you know what? He could be hasty. That might explain why. That might explain why... English. That might explain why, Thing did so much damage. What's 1,000 arrows? The knockoff. He's gonna taunt. Okay, we made the correct play. We get huge damage here. And getting rid of this Crobat is gonna be amazing. Now obviously, we're gonna see the Alomomola come out. Do we make the play into Infernape? Or even potentially Tangrowth? How much is Infernape doing? I know I sound crazy, but I have Thunder Punch. How much is a Thunder Punch doing? Let's take a look. Thunder Punch is doing 39 to 46 to a pretty bulky Alomomola. Do we have any reason not to 1,000 Arrow? What's 1,000 Arrow? We're gonna see either Celebi or Alomomola here. So Infernape could have been a good call because we can U-turn on both of those. Yeah, maybe Infernape was the play. I might have goofed. I really don't have a great way of killing Alomomola. I mean, Outrage is like 50, and Tangrowth with a Giga Drain is doing like 50 as well. And did we knock off that item? No, we knocked off Crobat's leftovers. Okay, or Black Sludge. You go Celebi, that's fine. We can see what kind of spread he's running. He takes the rocks, so HP is reduced. That is relatively defensive, but not crazy. Not crazy. Is there any reason not to go Tangrowth here? I suspect a U-turn. He could HP Ice. Oh, this could also be a Stealth Rocker. He could Stealth Rock here. Versus a Tangrowth, HP Ice without our Assault Vest is doing like 25 to 30 if it's defensive. I kind of like Aerodactyl. I think Aerodactyl's a bit of a power play because, well, what is our play here? Yeah, we should have gone Infernape there because then we're in the driver's seat. Tangrowth, I think, loses us momentum. Let's go Aerodactyl. The most he can do to me is like 36% with an HP Ice. He's gonna Nasty Plot. Okay, I'm very glad I went Aerodactyl. Because that could have been scary. He's going to survive this, which is also very scary. But maybe we just make him want to switch. Maybe we make him want to switch. Okay, we make him want to switch. Very good. Very good. I'm glad we did that. Okay, you are going to take basically nothing. You wish here, right? You always wish here. How low is that Crobat? Is Crobat dead to rocks? I don't know. It is if I click knockoff with Tangrowth. It is if I click knockoff with Tangrowth. It is if I click knockoff with Tangrowth. I think he's gonna wish here. And then try to... What do? You Toxic. Okay, so this thing has Toxic. We are now fully aware that that is Toxic. Celebi, we saw the Nasty Plot. I think we only saw Nasty Plot. We also saw Leftovers, right? We saw Leftovers. We saw Nasty Plot. We click Knockoff here. Because anything coming in loses an item. Unless it's the Diancie, we can Giga Drain the Diancie. If Crobat comes in, it's dead. If he stays in with this, we get rid of an item. Okay, he does switch. It's the Komodo. Okay, so we get rid of an item on the Komodo. Now, we have the Hidden Power Flying for this. What is your item? You were a Leftover set. Okay, so far he's had Leftovers on everything. Let's see Komodo versus a Tangrowth. This thing could also have Stealth Rocks. He cannot kill us with anything. Anything at all. And our Hidden Power Flying does a lot. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna Hidden Power Flying. He's going to Dragon Dance. This is what we were afraid of, but it's okay. Because Hidden Power Flying is going to knock him to a range where Extreme Speed can kill him. Right? We do it again. We cannot let this thing sub. We cannot let this thing sub. If he's Drain Punch, does this thing even learn Drain Punch? It does. That's a little scary because he could potentially Drain Punch into range where he can sub again. Okay. We're dealing with some scary things here. Oh, jeez. Komo. How fast is a +1 Komo? That is the question of today. He definitely outspeeds Arrow, right? There's no way he doesn't. Yeah, for sure. Okay, he's +2. That was greedy. That was really greedy. What if we crit? Can we crit? That'd be amazing. Okay. He can't substitute unless he Drain Punches. If he Drain Punches, we die here. Is letting Tangrowth go down the play? I think it is. He Poison Jabs. That's fine. We go Zygarde with quick Extreme Speed. Okay. This is fine. Or do we want to go Infernape? Can we kill with a Mach? Mach Punch does 28 to 34. So we kill with a Mach Punch. I want to go Infernape because if we go Zygarde, he just gets to bring in Weavile. But with this, the only thing he can bring in is the Diancie. And I think I'm okay with that. I think. If he's a Calm Mind Diancie or something crazy, we might just be destroyed. Okay, Komodo is dead. And so is Tangrowth. How much are we doing to a Diancie with a Mach Punch? Barely anything. And we get obliterated by Earth Power. We do survive one. We do survive one. How much do we do with a close combat? Because he might be afraid. Okay, we do a ton with close combat. So that is a very risky move, him going into Diancie. Very risky move. He really doesn't have any other play other than Alomomola, and we just get to U-turn. Alomomola is best case scenario. Although losing Tangrowth hurts, because that was a good way of dealing with Alomomola. But at least the Komodo is gone. I was really afraid of that thing, because if it ever got out of hand or behind a substitute, we may have been toast. We do reveal the Life Orb, so he knows we're not Scarf, meaning his Diancie is not totally safe, but we are currently out of Earth Power range. And if he's Modest for whatever reason, then we outspeed. So, couple things to consider. Okay. Let's say he's timid, not hasty. Then, yeah, Mach Punch is doing 25 to 32 to Diancie, so we need to weaken that thing a bit more. He does go into it. Okay. We don't have the close combat. Otherwise, we could really threaten this thing. I don't want to Mach Punch because then I think that puts us in range of an Earth Power. And then he kind of just gets the Calm Mind here. I think our play is Vaporeon. How well does Vaporeon tank this thing? Very well. And our Vaporeon still has his leftovers. So I believe that is our play of choice. What is their best way of dealing with Vaporeon? Celebi, if it gets a nasty plot, can be a little bit scary. But we always outspeed Celebi with Aerodactyl and threaten that. So that's good. Diancie is going to Mega Evolve. Okay. And the Celebi is currently not super low, but damaged. We're going to see Moonblast. How much does this do to Vaporeon? We were at 209 down to... That did a lot. 209 down to... What was that? 106 or whatever? Or 109? That did a lot. We do survive one. And Scald does a ridiculous amount of damage. We don't have the Protect, unfortunately. What do we lose by clicking Scald? Nothing. We lose nothing. If he kills this, I'm okay with that. He does not. It's a smart man. He goes Celebi. I consider Toxicking, but I'd look like a real fool if I Toxic myself. Now, if we can burn this... Oh my goodness. I'm very sorry for burning both your Crobat and your Celebi. That sucks for sure. That really sucks. I considered pushing there. There's a reason Scald is a good move. There is a reason Scald is a good move. I think we go Aerodactyl at this point. His play is Weavile, in my opinion. Or Recover. Recover is a good play too. He's gonna Giga Drain, which is fine. That doesn't do too much. He's gonna recover a little bit, and then he's going to get 6% damage from that point with the burn, which is definitely gonna make him fear a Aerial Ace. We click it, because if this thing dies, we are in a really good spot. He's gonna switch into the Alomomola. Yeah, of course. But yeah, there's no reason to mess around with this thing. No reason. I am wanting to click Stone Edge here, because I think he wishes first. And then we can go into the Vaporeon to get water absorb, potentially. If he scalds, then we're done. If he scalds, we're so done. Unless he doesn't burn, in which case we could potentially ruin this thing's day with a Stone Edge. Let's see. There's no more Komodo. I can remove that from my list. And no more Tangrowth. Stone Edge. And if we crit, like, then it just feels really bad. Okay, he's gonna Toxic. And we dodge. We have been getting unnecessarily lucky. We threaten him with a Stone Edge here. He has no Stone Edge switch-ins. Do we just Earthquake for safe damage? Well... All 50. I think we... How much does Diancie take? Oh, it's... Yeah, you don't switch and make a Diancie to a Stone Edge. It gets destroyed. I think we just click Aerial Ace for the safe damage, because his play here has to be Wish and then Protect. I don't think he has any other play. He has to keep this thing around. Which means... Is there any reason not to Stone Edge? Missed chance. What's Stone Edge? He's gonna stay in. We do hit. And we get the crit. Oh my goodness, we have gotten so lucky. We hit 2 Stone Edges and one of them crit after dodging a Toxic, getting 2 Scald Burns. Wow. Wow. What does he have for Aerodactyl? What does he have for Zygarde? I mean, okay, he has the Weavile for this. That comes in here. But I mean, like, his only switch into Zygarde is a pretty weakened Celebi, and we have an Infernape. Diancie could still be a problem. We're not out of the woods yet. We do outspeed Diancie with this. So he goes Weavile here, and then I think the play is always Infernape, because we soak the Ice Shard, and we threaten him with a Mach Punch. He goes Weavile. Okay. If he's, like, based, he's going to double to Diancie. That would be a wild play. Before I do anything reckless, Weavile. Worst case scenario is Choice Band. Ice Shard does, yeah, very minimal. We have to go Infernape here. If he knocks, that's fine too. It's gonna do a lot, but we still threaten him out. He's gonna knock. Okay, he made a good play. We lose our Life Orb, but this thing does not want to take a Mach Punch. Now, the smart play is U-turn. The smart play is U-turn, but the I don't outright lose the game is the Mach Punch play. Because even Diancie is not going to want to be taking these Mach Punches. We do lose the Life Orb, which does suck. We do lose the Life Orb, which does indeed suck. As Diancie versus a non-Life Orb Infernape at level 50 is going to be taking like 30, give or take, if he's hasty. If he's not hasty, then he's taking still like 25 to 30. If he goes Diancie, I think we just go Sylveon. Maybe. Sylveon's kind of expendable. The only reason I want to keep this around still is because we can deal with Celebi. He goes Crobat. Okay, so this is dead. Yeah. The U-turn would have been nice. Okay, so Infernape has 2 kills. Right? No. Infernape has Aerodactyl killed Almomola. Zygarde killed... Oh, no, yeah. Infernape does have 2 kills. Because he killed the Kamo and the other thing. the other thing. Crobat. and then our Aerodactyl has 1. Okay. So, Crobat down, meaning the only thing faster than Infernape is that Diancie, which we are going to see here. If he's Calm Mind Diancie, that is a problem. If he is Calm Mind Diancie, that is... No, it's not. Unless he's Calm Mind Rock Polish. If he's Calm Mind Rock Polish, we lose. We lose if he's Calm Mind Rock Polish. We go Bubblegum here. Bubblegum is our potential sack because this does not do us any good anymore. I mean, it helps versus thingy, Selby, but you know. Okay. Now, I'm a bit reluctant to Wish as it gives him a potential setup chance. Oh god. Okay. 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 We have to go Vaporeon here. We have to hope he's not Calm Mind. If he... We need to not die from this. Okay. That's not good. That's really not good. That is really not good. We can't Roar this thing either. I should have brought Haze instead of Roar. I wanted Roar to get rid of substitutes on... Komodo. We have to Scald. We have to bring this thing into Bandit E-Speed range. Speaking of which, that is like 20%. So we can Mach as well. Can Mach as well. Okay, because this has the Rock Polish, that means that Aerodactyl's more expendable. Because Aerodactyl... Okay. This is good. This is very good. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is a very good thing. This is very good. This is very good. Okay. We're feeling good. We got the burn again. Wow. Have we burned every Scald? The reason this is so good is because we now have a lot of HP on our Vaporeon. I expect Giga. I don't think we die from Giga. We go into Aerodactyl now, which is... It's kind of unfortunate to go into Aerodactyl like this just because... it's unfortunate because... Oof. Does this kill us? We live in. Okay. Our play is Aerial Ace 100% of the time. There's no reason not to Aerial Ace, because even if he goes Diancie, that is damage. It's not a lot of damage, but it is damage, and we need as much of that as we can get to bring that thing into priority range. Selby goes down. He goes into Weavile. What is our play versus the Weavile? And do we let this thing go down? In my brain, this is what I'm thinking. We sacrifice Sylveon versus the Weavile. Then we go into the Infernape, click Mach Punch on Weavile, click Mach Punch on Diancie. And at that point, we hope he's in range of Vaporeon Scald, and if he isn't, Extreme Speed takes him out. Alternatively, best case scenario, we get to bring in Aerodactyl versus Diancie without a Rock Polish, because then we can just Earthquake it to the next dimension. We could just Earthquake Diancie to the next dimension. But because we're going to be knocking out the Weavile, the other question here is, does Infernape survive another attack from Weavile? Let's say he's banded, worst case scenario, and we have no item. Icicle Crash can do upwards of 50%. Let's look at our Pokemon. We die, for sure. I think we go Bubblegum. We let Bubblegum go down. If he Sword Stances, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. If he Sword Stances, that's fine. We want Bubblegum to go down here. That is A-okay. Ice Shard. Boom. Can Ice Shard take out Infernape? No. I don't think there's any way that an Ice Shard takes out an Infernape. I do not think there's any way an Ice Shard takes out an Infernape. Now, another thing I'm thinking of here, before I click, okay, Vaporeon isn't, yeah, no. So my line of thinking was, if I go Vaporeon, right, Ice Shard crit could be scary. If I go Vaporeon, I could knock this thing out, and then Diancie cannot Rock Polish against Vaporeon, because I just destroy it with Scald. But no, we click Mach. We click Mach. We really, really, really hope a crit doesn't kill us here. We are alive. Okay. Weavile goes down. Sleeves just the Diancie, which is going to Rock Polish. Unfortunately, he might not Rock Polish in the event that we have close combat, because then he would just go down, right? Right. Does he go down? I don't think he does to a close combat. But then he'd be in range of... I don't think he can risk the Rock Polish. I mean, he has to, right? It's his only play. He does have to. The most damage we can do is a Flare Blitz, but we have to click Mach. There's no world where we don't click Mach Punch. Because if he doesn't attack, we are golden. He's obviously going to attack, though. Or sorry. He's obviously... Wait. Hang on. Yeah, if he doesn't... Oh, for some reason, I was way more worried than I had to be, because he has to Rock Polish. And we might take him out with 2 Mach Punches here. And if we don't, we have Banded Extreme Speed. So there's no world in which we lose this here, I'm pretty sure. And if we just take him out clean right here, then we get better differential. Nope. He's not going to miss the Diamond Storm. So he is going to clear up the differential a bit. But, yeah, we click Banded Extreme Speed. Because at a minimum, an Adamant Banded Extreme Speed is doing 25 to 30. And, yeah, we don't have to take any risks here. All right. So we are going to win our, well, don't say it's over till the fat lady sings, but I think he did just message me. GG. Let's make sure we click the Extreme Speed. Boom. All right. So that is going to be it. And I'm going to message him, GG. Sorry about the crit and burns. Was unfortunate. But yeah, I'm not too certain how that match would have gone if that Alomomola held on with HP there. I'm going to save the battle video just in case. But yeah, that it was definitely a lot less of an offensive battle than I thought it was going to be, because in my mind, I was thinking it was going to be super hyper offense with like Crobat, Zeraora, Weavile, and it turned out to be more of a stalling matchup, especially at the beginning. And I think I made the best plays I could. There were a couple times where I could have made better plays. There were a couple times where I chose the safer route instead of the prediction. But that is going to be it for that battle. I don't really have much else to say. Again, sorry about the crit and the multiple burns. I got very lucky with those scald burns, and there was also a toxic miss in there. But yeah, if he has a channel, it will be linked down below. Otherwise, I might just have the league information down there if he doesn't have a channel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, thanks, bye.